Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Farrah and today's going to be another book haul. So I have some books to share with you that I thrifted a little while ago. I did a book haul video like a month ago saying I was going to put out more of them and I just never got around to it. So now I'm getting around to it and I have more thrifted books to share with you. I feel like I got these a really long time ago, but I still wanted to share them on the channel in case any of you have read them or have any thoughts about them, or if you think they're worth it to read, that kind of thing. So these are totally random, mix and match, opportunistic hunter of the book world. You all know how it is when you go thrifting. So some of these I may never get to. I may donate them after a while if they're not piquing my interest, but some of them I think I will like and I will enjoy. So up first, we have The Prodigal Spy by Joseph Cannon. This one is a spy thriller. I don't know if it's part of a series. I don't think it is. I think it's a standalone. But, you know, I saw explosive national bestseller on the top and I thought I would grab it and just see what it was about. It takes place, I think, present day. It's a dual timeline, actually. So we've got the present time and then we've got 20 years ago. So it's something that's going to come together. It takes place in Soviet-occupied Prague back in the day. It's a father-son thing. I don't know. I picked it up in case I do Dr. No-vember again, so I thought this would be a fun one. Have any of you read this? Let me know. I also picked up this copy of The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin. I've been really wanting to try her as an author. I've heard a few of you really rave about her book, saying she's one of your favorite science fiction authors. And I picked this up because of a group read I was going to do for an Instagram woman that I follow. She's not a book channel, but she still does Patreon read-alongs on her page for free. So I was going to read this along with everybody, but I just didn't end up getting to it at the time. But I still want to read this. It sounds really interesting. Science fiction. I think probably many of you have read this. This one's a pretty popular one by her. So looking forward to this. Next, we have The President is Missing, Presidential Mystery by Bill Clinton and James Patterson. So this isn't really the type of book that I would generally read, but I thought, you know what? It's time to read something outside of my normal genre. So I picked it up just thinking maybe it would be interesting. Maybe I'll get to it. I'll have to be in a certain mood to read this. One of the reading projects I would like to get to at some point is to read a memoir or a presidential biography of all the US presidents. And maybe along the line, this will be fun when I'm in that, going down that road of learning more about the US presidents, especially the ones in the middle that we never hear much about. So I don't know. I just thought maybe it'd be a good one to try. We'll see. I don't know. Next, I found this short little novella called Gachar Ghochar, yeah, by Vivek Shanbag. And this is a little novella story. It's a rags to riches type of story. It takes place in India. I read the back and it sounded really interesting, so I grabbed this one as well. If anything, it's really very short, so it's either going to be really good or it'll be not that good, but it'll be over with quickly. So that's good to know, right? Next, I have this really nice little hardcover book called A History of Present Illness by Anna DeForest. And why did I pick this up? Well, first of all, it's very short. This would also work for Shorty September if I participate in that. And it has to do with medicine. It has to do with being a medical student in the hospital. I believe it's a true story. Maybe not. I'm not positive. I did pick up a different memoir, a medical memoir that you saw in the last haul. So I honestly can't remember, but I don't know. It looks really good. I love medical-based stories, and yeah, hopefully this is a good one. Also found this lovely copy of Rumi, The Book of Love, Poems of Ecstasy and Longing. So this sounds really nice and spicy and romantic. Maybe not spicy, but I thought this would be fun to kind of thumb through to see if there's any beautiful poems or sayings in here that I can just look at and enjoy. So yeah, this looks good. Another one of those things to keep on the nightstand and just read a little bit every night. And then I also found this book. It's called To Bless the Space Between Us by John O'Donohue, a book of blessings. So this is another one I think that would be fun to flip through. different poems, sayings, and it's mostly poetry, little essays and stuff just about things that you can feel appreciation for and the little things in life, I think. Yeah, so this would be a good one also to keep on the side and just read a little bit each night. And remember to be thankful for all the wonderful things, because I think guys, my phone died when I was filming that, so I'm back. It's later. I've already made dinner, did the dishes, and cleaned up, and I wanted to finish filming this real quickly for you. So sorry about that. What I was saying, I think this book just talks about trying to appreciate the blessings in your everyday life, not only in the big events, but also the small events, because I think that ultimately makes us happier people. So very excited to dig into this. Okay, only have 4 left. Next we have The Voyage of the Narwhal, a novel by Andrea Barrett, and this is a fiction book. There's one little blurb on the back, and it's getting so dark in here that it's hard for me to read it, but she talks about it being almost the opposite of a Heart of Darkness story, where instead of the people descending into madness, or it's more about the banality of evil within the people on the actual ship and what happens. And I don't know, it just sounded really good, so I'm looking forward to this. I love a good Arctic exploration, especially when they get trapped in the ice. Those are so, I just love reading about that. Horrible, I know, but it's just fun for me to read about that, even though I feel bad for everybody. You know what I mean? All right, and lastly, I have 3 Star Wars books. So if that's your cue to click off the video, then thanks for watching. But if you're here till the end, I'll tell you about them really quickly. I don't know a ton about them, but we have Kenobi. I don't have the dust jacket for this, but it's Kenobi. It's by John Jackson Miller. And this is just a story that's focused or based on Obi-Wan Kenobi in the time after Anakin Skywalker turning into Darth Vader, and he's raising or watching over Luke Skywalker and that whole storyline. So I know Disney Plus did a rendition of Kenobi, or as a show, and I loved it. I know it got mixed reviews, but I loved it, and so I know this book has gotten mixed reviews, but I do think I'll enjoy it. I'm not that hardcore of a Star Wars fan where I'm that nitpicky about stuff, but yeah, hopefully I can enjoy and get to that one. Then I have Resistance Reborn, and this is by Rebecca Roanhorse, and I didn't know that she wrote Star Trek novels. She has, I think it's a trilogy, but she has a set of books that I have been wanting to read for a while now. I think it's called Black Sun, and it just looked really good, so I was excited when I saw that she actually writes Star Wars novels. So this one is a book following the same characters, and I think it takes place in between. So it's the newer Star Wars stuff that I know a lot of you don't like. I like it though, I don't mind it, but it takes place between The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, I think. So it's those characters in here. So yeah, I think I'll have fun with this one when I read it. And then finally we have Lost Stars by Claudia Gray, and I'm not completely sure what this is about or when it takes place, but I think it takes place somewhere between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, but I'm not positive, but it's in that world. So, legend, I guess, is that what they call it? Any Star Wars novel fans? I'm just scratching the surface of Star Wars novels, to be honest. I have read 1 or 2 in the past, mostly that had to do more so with Princess Leia. But I have been interested to get back into Star Wars fiction, definitely more so than Star Trek fiction, if I had to choose between the two. And I'm not saying I have to, but if I did, it would be Star Wars. And I have read a few of the Light of the Jedi books that I have really enjoyed. They're different, I just treat them as a completely different entity. But yeah, that's a book haul, another random book haul that I wanted to share with you guys. I have, I think, 2 more book hauls, and then I have an Agatha Christie. I did have an Agatha Christie thrifting haul, but I figured it would be more fun if I just show you all my Agatha Christie paperback vintage collection books. So that's coming up soon as well. So thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end of the video, and thank you to everyone who has left me a comment in the past or liked my video or subscribe to my channel. It's so humbling, and I'm so appreciative to each and every one of you, and I hope you've had fun collecting your own books out there. And please share with me and let me know if you have gotten any good ones recently, or if you've read any of these, or if you enjoyed any. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. See you later. Bye bye.